All right, have a seat. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your patience. We will now proceed with additional cross-examination of Detective O'Driscoll by the defense. Detective, let's have you come in the courtroom. Detective, please step in front of Brittany. We'll get you sworn back in.
Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give in the matter before the court to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, subject to the pains and penalties of perjury?
I do.
Thank you. Have a seat.
Exactly. Ms. Nestor, please proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. May it please the court. Good morning, Detective O'Driscoll.
Good morning, Ms. Nestor.
I believe when we stopped yesterday, we were talking about the GIFs or GIFs. And I want to start by having you review a document that's been agreed to by the parties. It is exhibit number 3-40. And at this point, Your Honor, we're asking to admit it per stipulation of the parties.
So the witness can see 3-40. And do we want to publish now, counsel?
Please.
Mr. Bloodworth?
No objections.
State's exhibit 3-40 is admitted.
All right, and this was talked about when, I believe it was Mr. Kostradimos, I think, it's all blurring together now, was on the stand. But this is the group of all the GIFs or the GIFs that were in kind of a group and included the ones that were accessed on the morning after the police left Ms. Richins' home, after Mr. Richins passed. Do you remember the testimony about that?
Yes.
Okay. Can we go to the page that shows the GIFs in question? Maybe blow that up at the top. Okay. So I think that's two of them. One of them is from, I guess, the movie Dumb and Dumber. And the other one is our president. And I think there was a third one, but it's, yeah, Mr. Spacey in a TV program, right? And those are the three GIFs that were talked about. And if you blow up the time that they were accessed, they all were accessed at 8:29:03 a.m. on March the 4th. That's the day that Mr. Richins was found deceased, correct?
Correct.
All right, and I know we've already heard the testimony that these are what we call orphaned GIFs. You can't really tell which text they came with and exactly when they were sent or who they were sent to or by. All we know is that they were somehow accessed at that point by her phone, correct?
That was the testimony, Mr. Kostradimos, yes.
Okay, can you pull up another one of the photos that is the picture from the house? That's it. All right. This is another picture that was accessed at that exact moment at 8:29. And can you blow the picture up a little bit? Do you recognize what that is, that photograph?
It's the legacy home.
It's the legacy home, right? And was there another photo that was accessed that same morning, also orphaned? Can you find that picture? It's right above it, I think. There we go. Can you blow that picture up a little bit? Thank you. All right. And is that also just a closer up view of the Legacy Mansion?
It appears so. It's very blurry on my screen.
It is. I think it is blurry. And then can you back out and show the time that one was accessed according to this same group of photos? That one appears to have been accessed at 10:42 a.m. the same morning.
That's what this document says, yes.
Okay. Now, if we could put just on the witness's screen, exhibit JO, I think it's 11. Not for the publication yet, Your Honor.
Understood.
And can you take just a moment and blow that up just a little bit so he can read it better? All right, just take a second and scroll through that and tell me if that refreshes your recollection about any documents you reviewed about Eric's final communications before he passed.
Your Honor, objection. There's no foundation to get to whether or not his recollection requires refreshment.
Yeah, let's pause there. Would you lay a little bit of foundation before we get there?
Sure, and it requires us to go back to yesterday. So yesterday I had asked you right before we stopped if you had, as part of your investigation, reviewed the final communications of Eric right before he passed away, and you mentioned you had. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. Based on that, if you could refresh, do you recall the communications you reviewed that day?
Not all of them. Some of them, yeah.
Can we then please blow up this document in front of him and see if this refreshes your recollection as to what you reviewed?
Mr. Bloodworth, the witness doesn't have it yet. Any objection to that question?
Your Honor, I think the objection foundation, I think there requires additional foundation.
I think the question pending is, are these among the things he reviewed, correct?
Maybe I misunderstood the pending.
Yeah.
That's the question.
So, I think,
Can we back up a step? Maybe I'll catch up.
sure. Ms. Nestor, ask your last question one more time, please.
Are these texts that are before you part of what you reviewed from Eric's final communications on his phone?
Go one step before that. He hasn't seen these yet. He doesn't currently have them in front of him.
Do you recall all of the communications you saw that day when you were reviewing Eric's final communications?
All the texts from his phone.
Yes.
On the day the day before he died.
Yes.
I don't remember all of them. I
Okay.
remember some of them.
So then, would you please look at this document and see if it refreshes your recollection and as to whether these were included in his communications?
Any objection, Mr. Bloodworth?
No, sir.
Okay. The witness can now see what you're referring to, Ms. Nestor.
Thank you, Your Honor. And can you go down just one more and maybe blow that up a little, that photo? Does this refresh your recollection, these communications of Eric's and Kouri's the day he died?
These are time-stamped March 3rd. That's not the day he died, but the day before he died.
Totally correct, because he died in, we think, the early morning hours of the 4th, right?
Yeah, he was pronounced deceased on the 4th.
Okay.
Yes, Your
So,
Honor, sorry, objection. Foundation is to the meaning of died, right? He was pronounced dead.
But I think the witness and the questioning lawyer have a common understanding here. Overruled.
thank you, Your Honor. Okay, so were these included in what you reviewed in the communications between Eric and Kouri on the 3rd of March?
Yes.
All right. And this photograph, if you could blow that up.
Your Honor, objection. His recollection has been refreshed. I think the exhibit can now be set aside.
I'm not publishing it. I've just got one more question about the photo and then I'm done.
I'll take it down and ask your question. If we need to refresh again, you can.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Wait, did you tell me I could ask the question?
Yeah, I took the photo down. Ask whatever you're about to
Yes,
ask.
yes.
Okay.
Does the photo that you just refreshed your recollection with match the same photo that we just saw in 340? That was the corner of the Midway Mansion.
Your Honor, the photo is still up on my screen, and the witness is
My apologies. There you go.
staring at it.
Sorry.
Ooh.
Is it the same photo, sir?
This one that we just saw that was enlarged, you're asking if that's the same as the one in the text message?
Does it match the one that we just put on the screen for the jurors that came with all those other pictures that morning?
Yes.
Thank you. That's all I have. I'm done with that. I'm sorry, maybe I'm not. Can I have just one moment, Your Honor?
Of course.
One more step. If we could go back to 340, which has been admitted, and pull up some additional gifts that were accessed at that same time. If we could pull those up, please.
Sure. There you go.
Okay, so there's the picture on the bottom left-hand corner of the Midway Mansion house, right?
Yes.
And that one was accessed at 10:42 a.m. the morning of the 4th.
Yes.
And the one with the champagne is also that exact same time.
Yes.
And the one with the farmer is that exact same time.
Yes.
And we know for sure that the one on the bottom left was sent the day before. Because we just looked at that, right? And you refreshed your recollection.
Yeah, I don't know if the part of the extraction that we're looking at right now is saying that that's where that came from. I don't know if that's the same file path, but that photo is the same.
Perfect, thank you. Okay, we can take that down now. All right, I also want to talk to you about, sorry, startle me. I also want to talk to you about the Google searches that were testified about here that were on Ms. Richins' phone or computer or both. Did you review those as part of your investigation?
Yes.
All right. And were you able to determine dates on all of those searches when they were made?
I don't believe so. Yeah, that would be a question for Mr. Kouri. I remember seeing the searches and the text of the searches, but I believe he testified that that there wasn't a timestamp associated with them, and that they differed from the action in the phone that showed that a link was actually clicked on from one of those searches,
Okay, perfect.
and I believe those had timestamps.
Okay, the links, but maybe not the searches.
Correct.
Thank you for that clarification. And you agree that as of April the 13th of 2022, approximately a month and a few days after Eric passed away, that Ms. Richins' house was searched and she was detained in a police vehicle, right?
Objection, Your Honor.
Foundation.
Foundation, yeah.
Sustained. Lay a little foundation.
Are you aware that there was a search conducted on her house on April 13th?
On Miss Richins' house?
Yes.
Yes.
And are you aware that while that search was being conducted, Ms. Richins was temporarily detained in a police vehicle for a period of time?
Objection, Your Honor, calls for a legal conclusion.
Overruled on that.
Go ahead.
I think the word detained is the problem there. I think there's been dispute over whether or not she was detained. But she was spoken to. She was asked to wait in law enforcement's vehicle until the lead detective could come speak to her about what was going on with the search.
Okay. So, the searches on the website, fair to say that all of those searches are believed to have occurred after April 13th of 2022?
I don't know. Like I said, I don't know there were timestamps on the searches, so I can't be sure.
Did you ever interview any of Kouri's family or friends and ask them if they were responsible for any of those, or if they'd ever seen Kouri do it, or who did those searches?
No.
Okay. All right, I'd like to talk about the orange notebook for just a moment. We pulled up, do we have the, do you have that orange notebook exhibit? I can't remember the number of it. Court's indulgence for just a minute, I have the number. I've got it. I'll tell you. Just one moment, I'm sorry, Your Honor. It's hard to keep all these exhibits straight. Can we put up exhibit 2-66R? It's admitted, Your Honor. Oh, wait, I'm sorry, before we do that, can we put up exhibit, 2-66R, that's correct. We don't have they redacted part of it, and we don't have that.
Scott, 2-66R, please.
Would he be so kind? I don't want to accidentally put something up that was redacted, Your Honor.
My apologies, we'll fix that. It's okay. One moment, please. Scott, if we do our normal dance, I'd appreciate it. Two 66R, publish.
Yes, please, Your Honor.
There you go.
All right, and can we, that's what we like to call the orange notebook, right? Because it's like in an orange kid's school notebook, right?
Correct.
Okay, and can you fast forward, Katie, until I tell you to stop? Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Okay, right there. And can you blow out the bottom third of the page? All right, so this orange notebook that was recovered from the house, you don't have any knowledge about the circumstances under which it was prepared, do you? Or why it was written?
I do not.
And you don't know when it was written?
No, I don't.
And this was seized the day Ms. Richins was arrested, which was May 8th, 2023, correct?
I believe so, yeah.
So over a year after Eric's death, right?
Correct.
All right, and here on there is an entry that says on March the 22nd, can you highlight that please, Katie? Kouri starts counseling. Do you see that?
Mhm.
You need to say yes.
Yes, sorry.
Did you take any steps to verify if that actually was the date she started doing mental health counseling?
I didn't learn anything about her counseling from interviews that we conducted. We did get Kouri's medical records, and I don't remember if a mental health counselor was part of those, but that's possible.
And I imagine as I forgot the word you used, as a serious crime investigator, homicide investigator, detective, death scene investigator, you've dealt with a lot of victims and family members who've been traumatized by a death and have required counseling. Is that fair?
My involvement with victims doesn't usually go that far to know whether they sought counseling or not. We refer them to the Victims Advocate Service, and they're much more equipped to help them with that.
Great. And have you ever heard of what's called trauma journaling?
No.
Do you know what that is?
No.
Okay.
Your Honor, maybe approach him.
I'll move on. I'm done with that. He
Are
doesn't know,
we
so-
approaching or moving on?
Why? We're moving on from the subject matter. No need to approach.
Got it.
We are moving on from the subject matter.
Very good.
All right, you also talked about the fact that you found it, I think you said suspicious, but I don't want to put that word in your mouth, but it was of significance to you that Carmen had placed Mr. Richins' obituary on her memory wall or her inspiration wall or whatever. Is that right?
I noticed it, yeah. I mean,
Okay.
it was something that caught my eye.
Did you happen to notice if there were any other obituaries right around it or next to it?
No, I didn't particularly notice.
Can we pull up exhibit? Yes, thank you. The second one, 816R, I think. Oh, it's 15? Okay, 815R. And that's in, Your Honor, if we could publish it.
I can't see it yet, Katie. Oh, you don't have it. My apologies.
Oh, that
Scott,
one's got things
Would
blurred.
you help us out? Thank you. Let's see. This is
Yeah.
8-15R. Let me just make sure this is the one you intended, Ms. Nestor.
that is the one.
And just, Kenny does have this one, he wanted to switch back.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm gonna need her to blow it up. Can we
One
switch it
more.
back to her, please? I'm so sorry.
No problem.
There was a recent version where they blurred a lot of children's faces out and stuff. Okay, do you remember this picture we introduced of Mr. Richins' obituary on her memory wall?
Yes.
Can you please blow that up, Katie, to show what's right beside it, or right under it? Do you see another in loving memory right below it?
Yeah, it looks like a program pamphlet from a funeral.
Okay. All right. Also, the C&E hat, I believe, that was on that wall that you noticed. Did you do any investigation to determine if Carmen actually, if Carmen actually did any work for C&E?
Yeah, based on our conversations, she never worked for C&E as a company. She did work on the Richins house. She interacted with Eric, but she was never employed by C&E.
Okay. All right. I also want to show you a text. As part of your investigation of reviewing texts between Eric and Kouri, Katie, if you could pull up Exhibit 2 dash, I believe it's 9. 2-3. Thank you. That's it. Before you look at that, do you recall trying to determine, investigating whether or not Kouri was aware prior to Eric's death that at least some, maybe not the house, but at least some of the assets that belonged to them or to Eric were shielded under some kind of a trust, if she was aware of that before he passed?
Yeah, that was part of our investigation.
All right. And did you review conversations she had with people about that and texts about that and things about that?
I didn't have any recorded conversations that she had had. I guess it depends on the timing that you're asking about.
Okay, I'd like to refresh your recollection and see if you look at these texts, if it reminds you if this is one of the things you looked at in trying to make that determination, okay?
Okay.
Can you blow that up? It's Exhibit 2-3D as in Delta. And just let him look at all of them, please, just slowly. Give him plenty of time to read. Can you go back up? I think we're missing that one. There you go, the next page. Does this refresh your recollection? Do you remember looking at this set of texts between Kouri and Eric?
No, I didn't have time to finish reading that.
Oh, sorry. Keep letting him read it.
Okay.
Does that refresh your recollection? Do you remember reviewing this series of texts between Kouri and Eric relating to the trust?
I don't remember, and the context of those messages, I can't say that that's what they're talking about.
Okay, so this does not refresh your recollection.
No.
Okay, court's indulgence for just one moment, Your Honor. Your Honor, may I approach the state?
No, that's not true.
we're working on something, but I'm gonna ask a couple more, move back, and then we may come back to it once she's done looking. So was it your understanding, without saying anything anyone told you, when you were conducting your investigation, did you become aware that Kouri knew of at least some portion of the some aspect of the trust being created before Eric passed?
Objection, Your Honor. More foundation, otherwise it's based on hearsay.
The foundation objection is sustained based upon the witness's prior answer. If you can start smaller, maybe build up to it. There may be some foundation here.
Did you interview people, look at documents, review texts to try to inform your investigation as to whether Kouri knew that Eric had created a trust for at least some portion of their assets prior to his death?
I reviewed information about the trust from several different sources. Everything that I reviewed suggested that she was not aware of how the trust worked or the consequences of the trust.
Totally fair. I think you're right about that. But was she aware that it existed?
Objection, Your Honor. Same foundation objection.
Overruled based upon his prior answer. You can answer, Detective.
I can't think of a specific instance, but I think there was some information that might have suggested that.
Okay, thank you. All right. Now I want to talk about Valentine's Day. You were here when Ms. Staking testified to the jury that in a conversation with a bunch of friends, there was some joking references made to Kouri wanting to poison Eric, and then Eric stating he had an allergic reaction and used an EpiPen. You heard that testimony, right?
Objection, Your Honor. Foundation. That's not what happened.
I think your recitation of Ms. Staking's testimony was correct until the last either sentence or clause.
Okay. Did you become aware that at least in some context there was a discussion on about the Valentine's Day incident relating to Eric taking an EpiPen, using an EpiPen?
Ms. Staking, from my memory, testified that there was a comment made by Eric in a joking manner that Kouri had tried to poison him. And then she said that Kouri's explanation was that it was an allergic reaction.
And that he used an EpiPen, right? Didn't she say that was the very last thing she said, I think?
I think so.
Okay, so did you do any investigation into whether or not Eric was treated regularly for allergies?
Yes.
And in fact, he had an allergy doctor, is that correct?
Yes.
And he had an EpiPen device in the master bathroom that was recovered during the first search.
Probably. I know that there were some located in the refrigerator on one of the searches. EpiPens, that is.
Did you ever investigate whether Eric discussed this allergic reaction with his doctor, his allergy doctor?
I believe one of our investigators contacted the allergy doctor and conducted an interview. I don't remember what the results or content of that interview was.
Did you determine what Eric was allergic to? Was he allergic to avocados or wheat or peanut oil? Do you know?
From what I remember being told by the investigator that had that conversation, it was like seasonal allergies, trees, grasses, dander, things like that.
Okay. Were you ever able to confirm that Eric ever sought any medical treatment for what allegedly happened to him on February 14th?
Just that in his text message he mentioned that he might go to the hospital.
And
So I don't know for sure if he did, but he was feeling bad enough that he thought he might need to.
were you ever able to confirm that he did?
No.
Okay. All right, I want to also talk to you about Miss Susan Kohler. Do you know who Susan Kohler is?
Yes.
Who is Susan Kohler?
She's an associate of Carmen Lauber's. She worked for Doreen Kouri cleaning houses with Carmen Lauber.
Okay. And in the course of your investigation, what did you determine, if anything, was the role that Susan Kohler played with respect to this case?
We determined that she sold, I think the number was 15 to 20 Roxy's or prescription narcotic pain pills to Carmen at the request of Miss Richins.
Okay. And was Miss Susan Kohler offered immunity like Crozier and Carmen Lauber were?
Objection, Your Honor.
Do you know?
What's the basis of the objection, Mr. Bloodworth? Or do you need to approach?
Relevancy.
Approach for 1 second. The relevance objection is sustained. Ms. Nestor, please proceed.
Did you ever find any evidence or suggestion that anything Susan Kohler sold to Carmen Lauber contained fentanyl?
We found a bag of loose, I believe they were hydrocodone pills, in the mudroom walkway cabinet in the house. They were tested. They did not contain fentanyl.
Thank you. You also testified, I think, yesterday that shortly before Eric passed away, he went on a hunting trip to Mexico. We talked about that a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Thank you. Was there any effort made to try to track Eric Richins' phone movements while he was in Mexico during that time period?
I don't believe we were able to get any kind of GPS location data from Eric's phone. I think that the location data came from call detail records, as was demonstrated by Mr. Koutridimos.
And you also reviewed the phone calls. Well, strike that. I'll strike that, Your Honor. Okay, I think I'm almost done. If I can just confer with counsel, I'm going to wrap it up. All right, we're almost done. So, just to recap a couple of days of testimony that got interrupted a lot. This investigation has now extended for a period of over 4 years, right?
Correct.
Okay. And during that 4 years period of time, as recently as less than a month ago, you were still issuing search warrants. Is that right?
Yes.
And there were a total of at least 10 searches by law enforcement of Ms. Richins' home. Is that right?
There were 10 search warrants issued, yeah.
And
Or around 10.
you heard that there's also at least 5 multi-day searches by a private investigator. Is that right?
I don't remember if it was 5 days. He said a couple days.
And the agencies that were involved in this case were the Summit County Sheriff, right?
Correct.
The Medical Examiner's Office.
They're not a law enforcement agency.
Well, they have investigator, right? She testified here.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're a civilian investigator.
Fair. Also, there was a private investigator that was involved in this case and communicated with you and provided information.
No, he was involved in the civil case.
Did he provide you information?
He provided our office information. I never talked to him personally.
All right. The DEA was involved in this case, at least briefly.
They never took any official action. Well, I should restate that. They assisted us with forensic tools,
Okay.
like call detail records and things like that.
Homeland Security agent, or I'm sorry, U.S. Postal Service agent was at one of the searches, right?
Yeah, I was aware of that.
We've heard, I believe that we're over 45 witnesses now in this trial, is that right?
I haven't been counting.
And in all of that, we have no murder weapon. Like, you haven't found anything that was connected to Eric's death. No fentanyl in the house, correct?
There was a boatload of fentanyl in his stomach that came out of the house with him.
Other than this, what's in his stomach? Did you find anything else that had fentanyl in it?
No.
Okay. You can't say how the fentanyl was administered, right?
Orally.
Besides orally.
That's all I know is that he took it orally.
We don't know exactly when it happened and what time of night or morning.
We know a time range.
Okay. You can't say the dosage that was ingested, right? 1 pill, 2 pill, 20 pills.
Illicit fentanyl does not come in dosages.
Okay. You can't say what was ingested on Valentine's Day at all, correct?
Fentanyl is definitely ingested. Oh, I'm sorry, on Valentine's Day.
Yes, on Valentine's Day.
No, we don't have any kind of medical examiner's report of his stomach contents from that day.
And on insurance fraud, we have not heard any testimony about any representations that Kouri Richins made to her insurance company, have we?
Objection, Your Honor.
If you put a word to it. Foundation.
Well, foundation also probably then hearsay.
Would you approach for 1 second? State's objections are overruled. If you would restate that question, if you can, exactly as
I will.
necessary.
And we've not heard any testimony in this case about statements or representations Kouri made to her insurance company, correct?
Not statements. We've heard evidence about it.
Okay. And with respect to the forgery count, we've not heard any testimony one way or the other whether Eric gave Kouri permission to sign his name on documents, have we?
I don't think that's required to meet the forgery statute.
Have we heard anything about that? Do you know one way or the other whether Eric allowed Kouri to sign his name on documents as a married couple?
No, but that's still signing someone else's name, even if they give you permission, purporting it to be somebody else's signature.
Okay, well, the judge is going to instruct the jury on what the
Okay.
law is about that. But what I'm asking you is, as the investigator, do you have any knowledge one way or the other if Eric ever said to her, hey, it's okay with me, sign my name, I don't have time to deal with it?
I don't know.
And in fact, what we have heard is that he did give her at least one power of attorney at some point years ago, right?
Objection, well, not objection, maybe approach.
Sure.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll withdraw that question, Your Honor. And you were here when Mr. Throckmorton, the handwriting expert, testified, and you heard him say that he could not say that Kouri Richins was who signed that document. Did you hear him say that?
I heard him say that it was probably
Not Eric.
not Eric.
But he could not say that it was signed by Kouri, correct?
Correct.
Okay. I think that's it. I appreciate your patience. Thank you, Detective. Thank you, Your Honor. We tender the witness.
Mr. Bloodworth, within the scope of cross, please.
Detective O'Driscoll, in this case, are you the lead investigator among many investigators?
Yeah, it's a large team. I've had a lot of help.
Does your job in part involve coordinating the activities of all the other sheriff's office investigators?
Yes.
And are you the lead investigator for the sheriff's office as opposed to the county attorney's office?
Correct. I have no authority over what the prosecutor's investigator does.
And does the county's, well, you may have just answered this, but does the county attorney's office have its own investigation capability and authority?
Yes.
Is it your job as lead investigator to be omniscient regarding every investigative detail in this case, to include details of the county attorney's investigation?
No, I can't know every single detail. It's, as defense knows, terabytes of information.
And in early 2023, was your personal investigative focus on determining the source of the fentanyl that caused Eric Richins' death?
Yes, because like I said at the beginning, I came into the investigations division as a narcotics officer. Before I became the lead investigator on this case, that was our focus, is investigating drug-related crimes.
In early 2023, did the sheriff's office have a digital forensics capability even remotely close to the capabilities of Mr. Kotrodimos?
No, that's why we hired him.
And in early 2023, did the sheriff's office have any forensic accounting capability whatsoever?
In which year? Which date did you say?
Early 2023.
They had a little. I mean, how early? Not until March and April.
Well, let me ask you this.
January, 0.
And any forensics accounting capability close to that of Brooke Carrington?
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you say forensic accounting?
Forensic accounting.
I'm sorry. I misheard. I thought you said digital forensics. No, the sheriff's office has no experts in forensic accounting.
And is part of the reason that they have no forensics accounting experts and minimal digital forensics experts because you have a small office, right?
Yeah, it's relatively small.
Did the county attorney's office become involved in this case in early May of 2023 when me charged Kouri Richins?
Yes, we only met with the prosecutors about a week before to give them our probable cause information.
Subsequent to charging Ms. Richins, did the county attorney's office engage Mr. Kotrodimos and Ms. Carrington?
Yes.
And is Mr. Kotrodimos the investigator who analyzed the digital forensics, including cell tower mapping and cell phone data?
Yes.
And was it Ms. Carrington that investigated and analyzed the forensic accounting, including the closing on the Midway Mansion?
Yes.
And does the state provide the material from each of their investigations to the defense in discovery?
As far as I know, yes.
Do you recall in cross-examination when defense counsel picked the sentence from a May 2023 interview of Carmen Lauber, where it was either you or Detective Maynard told Carmen Lauber that she was something like the biggest piece of the puzzle?
Yes, I remember that.
What was the context of that comment?
She said something about, can we just lay out all the information, all the pieces in front of us? Because we were trying to establish a timeline. And we told her, you're the biggest piece, you're the biggest part of the information that we don't know. She had the information.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. And did that context involve a piece of the drug purchase timeline rather than a piece of this whole giant case?
Correct. The timeline of her involvement, not necessarily the entire case.
And did that interview predate any information on the forensic accounting?
Yes.
And
We
did it,
didn't even get into that until well after.
and did it predate any of Mr. Kotodimos' investigation?
Yes.
And did it predate your understanding of Kouri Richins' relationship with Josh Grossman?
Yes.
Do you recall whether that empty 2016 hydrocodone bottle that went with Eric Richins' body to the medical examiner's office, was discarded by the medical examiner's office in August of 2022?
Back to hearsay.
Please lay some foundation. Sustained.
Do you recall what happened with the empty 2016 hydrocodone bottle?
Move my objection.
Detective, it's a yes or no. Start there.
Yes.
How do you know what happened with the 2016 empty hydrocodone bottle?
I was told by other investigators that they're
Objection.
Sustained on hearsay.
Did you or Detective Maynard give Carmen Lauber a ride to anywhere other than Wasatch County Drug Court or her attorney's office?
just here to this building
To this building?
to
or
meet
this
with
building?
prosecutors or talk with her attorney that here.
Can investigators force someone anyone to speak with them if that person does not want to speak with them?
No.
Can investigators seize someone's cell phone without a warrant based upon probable cause?
No. It has to be consent or a warrant.
At any time, have you believed that the walk the dog letter gave you probable cause to seek a warrant to seize Ronald Darden's cell phone?
No, it didn't contain enough information for me to have gotten a warrant.
Did your investigation determine that the EpiPens recovered from the Richins home were for one of the Richins children?
Yes.
The GIF image, the one with Kevin Spacey that says idiots, idiots everywhere. Is that from the TV show House of Cards?
From my understanding, yes.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, is he finished? We have no further questions, thank you.
May we release this witness?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Bloodworth.
Yes, Your Honor.
Detective O'Driscoll, you are free to go. You are released from any subpoena.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.